What is up, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome to Steelers Almighty. Appreciate everybody being out here today, man. Whew, we got a lot to talk about. Off season is amongst us. There's a lot going on with the combine, literally going on. The guy's probably getting there right now, going through interviews, all that good stuff. So combine is popping. So we're going to talk about some stuff today. First things first is we're going to talk about some what is the time or when is the time to flip the front office? Like, when should the Steelers flip things around within the front office? And I'll let you know exactly what I mean by that. Steelers' best options at running back. There's reports, just reports, that the Steelers may not bring Jaylen Warren back. Because if you remember, Jaylen Warren is a restricted free agent, which means he can go out there and get a deal from somebody else, and then the Steelers have the ability to match. That doesn't always happen, but we'll see. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then Stafford, among veteran QBs available. What does it mean with Matthew Stafford? Is he really going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? We're going to go through all of that and more. So we appreciate everybody being in here, man. So remember, as always, continue to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in that comments section and hit the notification bell so you know when Steelers Almighty content comes out. Remember, memberships are also available, 5 different levels for you guys to join if you want membership content. There's a lot of it out there. So if you want to help support the channel, make sure you sign up that way. And also, super chats to get your comment, question, or rant up on the screen. You know exactly how to do that. Super chats are wide open. So let's get into this, people. So first things first, we talked about the Jaguars a couple of weeks ago, all that BS rumor about Trevor Lawrence possibly coming to the Steelers in a trade that we reached out. Turns out we didn't reach out. But they're changing their front office because they fired the GM after what it looked like they wanted to hire Liam Cohen, or however you pronounce his name, the new head coach. And they brought him in, and he was like, yeah, I don't want to work with Trent Baalke. And so then they fired the GM after they said that he was going to stay. And now they are changing things. They are literally bringing in an entire new everybody involved, the scouting, player personnel, pro player personnel, all of it. They're just bringing in brand new people in a front office. My thing is, why wouldn't the Steelers do that? Like, why can't the Steelers just do that? Like, I get it. We brought in Omar Khan, but the Steelers didn't really change a whole bunch in the front office. Now, maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe it's, hey, we got people in place. But my thing is, like, why? Why not bring in fresh ideas? Why not bring in a different perspective as far as who sees what, talent evaluators? It can't just always be the same thing with people thinking and doing the same thing. I think the Steelers have gotten stale. I know we talk about that as far as coaching is concerned, but I don't know. I just the thing about it is at some point you've got to come up with fresh ideas. You got to come up with something a little bit different to talk about within the room and be the different thinker than everybody else. Because if everybody's thinking the same way and everybody has the same mindset, how does it ever get any better? That would be my thing. How does it ever get any better? And I'm not sure it does. So that would be my issue, is that how do we get better? And the Jags are doing it. What would it look like if the Steelers did that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they brought in a whole bunch of different people, just fresh ideas, like, what would that look like? So I think it's crazy that we have never done that we don't even try to bring in something different. Arch Baby Doll, what's going on? Arch Baby Doll is a member, says it's insanity. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's insanity. It's just, we never do. So we never do. And that's a good point. How do you watch tape on other teams and not take pieces to get better I mean, I don't know. That's more coaching staff thing, but I'm just talking about ideas on how to build a football team, what to scout, what to look for, those type of things. It can't always be the same thing. At some point, you got to have some free thinkers out there that are doing some things a little bit differently than maybe Omar Khan is actually doing. And that's okay, you know, but doing it the same way over and over again, the Steelers got to come up with some new ways to do stuff. That's my thing. They got to come up with some different ways to be able to get stuff done. Like I said, what would the what would the Steelers look like if they did what the Jags did? Just completely turn everything over. Just turn the whole front office over. I actually think it would be a good thing. So I think it would be a good thing. Bring in some new ideas. But the people that are making the decisions have to be open to that. That means Art Rooney. That means Mike Tomlin. That means Omar Khan. They all have to be on board with bringing in new ways to do things and new ideas. And the person that we know for a fact is not open to that is Mike Tomlin. I mean, Mike Tomlin has come out and said he doesn't like throwing the ball over the middle. Huh? Because it's riskier to throw the ball over the middle. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. I just that's something totally different in itself. But you don't know. You just don't know. Like I said, maybe Omar Khan is the beginning of that because I think Omar Khan wants to do things a little bit differently. I don't think he wants to be the status quo. You know, we'll see this free agency. You know, we're going to find out this free agency what's really going on with the Steelers. Like who's really the wizard behind the curtain pulling the strings. We're going to find out because if it comes out and the Steelers are just stale in free agency, then we're going to know that Omar Khan, because that's not Omar Khan's style. That's not his style. So if the Steelers are stale in free agency, we'll know that he's not actually pulling the strings, which will be troubling. But we all kind of knew that from the beginning. We knew that. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But I 100% want to see what's going on. Like I said, it's not Omar Khan's style. And maybe, just maybe, Mike Tomlin is going to come around to we can't be ultra conservative. Because it's one thing to play football ultra conservative. It's another thing to build your team ultra conservative. There's two totally different things can happen. Unfortunately, the Steelers do both, and I don't necessarily like it. I don't necessarily like it. So they got to figure some stuff out there. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. So moving on, man, where is the best option? Like, what are the Steelers going to do at running back? We've talked at length that the Steelers are more than likely not going to re-sign Najee. I know there's reports all over the place saying that, oh, the Steelers will sign Najee Harris back. And I'm like, they're not going to do that. I mean, otherwise, somebody in the front office that I was just talking about needs to be fired because if you turn down Najee at $6.7 million for 1 year, you know his fifth year option, and then you turn around and you pay him anywhere between 9 and 11, which it looks like that's what he's going to get. Well, somebody needs to be fired. Whoever made that decision, and I don't care who it was. I don't care whoever made that decision needs to be fired on the spot if the Steelers turn around and re-sign Najee Harris to more money than what he was going to get paid this year. You're insane. You're insane. So, but here's kind of the couple of names. Now, the Steelers have to draft a running back. That's number one. No question about it. They have to draft a running back. There's too many out there, too many good ones for us not to take a guy. So the Steelers got to draft a running back. Okay, that's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Having said that, what do they do with Jaylen Warren? Now, you remember, Jaylen Warren is a restricted free agent. So most teams don't bother with restricted free agents because they feel like, well, you know, the team is going to match the deal. So why even put forth the effort to offer money to somebody? But running back's a little bit different. The running back position is like, you know what? If we give a guy this amount, the team might say, we don't want to match that. So if there's some team out there that says, we really like Jaylen Warren, let's offer him anywhere between $5 and $7 million a year for the next 3 years. Do you guys want to match that? I'm just asking questions. Do you guys want to match it? I'm kind of indifferent to that because I don't feel like Jaylen Warren is an every down back. I just don't. I don't think that he is. I think that Jaylen Warren is good. I've said this multiple times, and I'm not changing until I've been proven wrong. 12 to 17 touches a game, that's what I like for him. Anything over 17 touches, his effectiveness starts to go down. I don't like, he is definitely, and not in my eyes, he is not a 25, 27 touch a game guy. He's not. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if he's a 12 to 17 touch a game guy, is that worth $5 to $7 million? Now, here's somebody, a name that's kind of popped up on the radar here over the last few days that's going to be a free agent and is not going to be back with this team more than likely. Rico Dowd from the Cowboys. Now, you might think, well, man, this guy, he's not that good. He's been hurt. Well, hold on a second. He had a good year this year running behind a bad offensive line. That's the thing. If you think the Steelers' offensive line was bad, the Cowboys' offensive line was worse. Now, it wasn't worse against us, of course, but their offensive line was worse than the Steelers. And he had over 1,000 yards. Not that 1,000 yards is some crazy benchmark anymore, but he did. Caught the ball out of the backfield pretty well. He's good in pass protection. Once he actually got the opportunity, the problem with the Cowboys, they dilly-dallied around with not making him the main back for like 5 or 6 weeks. And then when they finally committed to him, he was pretty good. So that's my whole thing is that, is he that guy? And how much would he cost? Because I don't think there's any chance that the Steelers don't draft a running back. I don't think that's humanly possible for us not to draft a running back. That would be just franchise malpractice if we didn't. There's too many good ones that are going to be available. Having said that, do you need 3 running backs, 3 solid running backs? Do you need that? Or do you need 2 solid ones and then another guy? And I would say the rookie that you're going to draft isn't the other guy. I would say the rookie that you draft is the second guy, hell, if not the first guy. I don't think you can go into this and say, hey, yeah, we're going to draft a rookie, but he's going to be the 3rd running back. If the Steelers do that, that means they took a running back way late, and that would be a colossal mistake. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky, but Warren is a guy that he's like a 1-2 punch. Mr. Palmer down there says it. He's part of a 1-2 punch. And I'll just be honest. I don't know that I want to pay $7 million for a 1-2 punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more of a $3 to $4 million guy versus a $7 million guy, if that makes sense. I want Warren. I want him on our football team. I just don't think I want to pay him $7 million to be on our football team when he's going to be part of a tandem. But maybe you can get away with that because, again, you're going to have a rookie. It's going to be on a rookie salary. So maybe you can get away with that. So I don't know. I don't think Warren would necessarily stay for less. What would be the purpose of him staying for less? I mean, does he love Pittsburgh that much? I mean, if he $3 to $4 million or somebody's willing to give you $7 million, I don't think he's going to take the 3 to 4 just to stay in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe he loves it. I don't know, but I don't think he's willing to take $3 or $4 million less. I don't think he loves it that much. I know I don't, and I wouldn't if I was in his shoes. But who knows? I mean, you don't know what people are going to do, man. You don't know what's in their mind or anything like that. What's their motivation? So it's, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's the thing, man, is like free agency, trade. Like, is there a trade out there that the Steelers could make for a back? I know somebody said in the comments was asking, why is it so hard for us to get a back? I don't think it is. I just don't think they've. I mean, hey, look, we can complain about Najee, but Najee wasn't bad. Like anybody that said, well, Najee Harris is not a good running back, that's not true. He's good. He's just not $9 million good. You know, there's levels to it. And I'm not willing to pay him that much money. He's not that kind of good. You know, 7. Okay, I give Najee 7, but Najee's not going to stay for 7. He's not. And if let me just ask this, and chat, just no matter what the price, obviously let's have it make sense because they're not going to pay Najee $1 million. But let's just say it's anywhere between $7 and $10 million a year. Would you want Najee Harris back? Like, do you want Najee Harris? Our man Claude Bishop with the super chat, he says pay Najee between 7 and 8 million, problem solved. I mean, is that what we want? Because if it is, when Najee does Najee things, we can't be complaining because, hey, the Steelers offered him $7 million. He took it. Okay. See, for me, I say no. No. 7 million. I think I'm just done with Najee. Again, not a bad guy. Good in the locker room. Good player. I mean, he's not great. He's not advanced. He's fine. But I think we can do better. That's my thing. I think we can do better. And the risk versus the reward on trying to do better, it's worth the risk. It's worth the risk for the Steelers to try to do better than what Najee Harris brings to the table. So, yeah, Arch Baby Doll, I believe so too. 7 million's too much. And they said they didn't want to do it. So they already said no to 7 million. I mean, 6.8, 7 million, same difference. And they said no to that. So, and yeah, he's durable, doesn't fumble, but then what else? I mean, those are two things you need in a running back, though. So I don't want to shortchange it. Somebody who's durable and doesn't fumble the football. I mean, you can't find that. That's not something to sneeze at, man. But you're just missing so many explosive plays with Najee. That's the thing. And like I said, the risk is worth whatever the reward might be, in my opinion. I just think the Steelers can do better. They can do better. They can go and try to find better. So if that's what it comes down to, I think they can do that. So Nick Chubb, I would not. No. The reason that I wouldn't take Nick Chubb is because, look, Chubb is fine, but he's injury prone. That's number one. We know that. And two, the thing with Chubb is, he's 29, and what's he do out of the backfield? Like, he doesn't do anything out of the backfield. So that's my problem with Chubb. He's like, what are you going to get out of the backfield? So, it's trouble. That's trouble. So, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. So, we'll see what happens. So, Nick Chubb's not a free agent? I mean, I think they're going to end up cutting him. So, he will be. He will be. Yeah, I say get a young back. I'm past the Najee thing. Like I said, I just think the risk and the reward factor, I think whatever the risk is, I think it's worth it to go find somebody else. So let's move on, man. Now, Matthew Stafford. Now, look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news to everybody, but I will be. Matthew Stafford is not coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got to get that out of our mind immediately. Just get it out of your mind immediately. You remember Brandon Ayuk, don't you? The tease that he made all Steeler fans have. Oh, I love Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin. And I told y'all at the time, Brandon Ayuk's not coming to Pittsburgh. Brandon Ayuk is going to use the Pittsburgh Steelers as the side piece. And damn it, that's exactly what he did. So the bottom line is Matthew Stafford's not coming here. He's not. So I know there's all the talk, there's all the rumors, all that stuff. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, and yes, Marcus, Stafford wants fit. See, this is the whole thing. Well, let me get this super chat from Claude. It said very few running backs can run behind that line. That's fine. But we can find somebody else to run behind a better line that's better than Najee. But I hear you on that. But here's the thing about Stafford. Stafford has no guaranteed money on his contract. This is all about money for him. He wants a new deal. That's all this is, people. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. He just wants a new deal. So, and he's trying to leverage a trade. Hell, he's even got his wife talking on podcast about possibly leaving because they're trying to get rid of Cooper Kupp and all this other stuff. It's all about money. And so, but he's not coming. The Steelers, first of all, aren't going to give up what it would require to get him. 2 firsts and a second. Steelers aren't doing that. Not for a 37-year-old quarterback. You know, now if he was 27, the answer would be yes. 37? No. That's talked about retirement already? Yeah, no. That's not happening. That's not happening. So, yeah, there's no chance that that's going to happen, man. No chance. So, hey, people, I apologize. I got to shut this one down. I've come up with the stomach bug. I am literally about to throw up on you guys. So, I got to shut this one down. I might be back here in a minute. So, I'm going to run out of here as quick as